Attitude in of itself is not everything, but it's so vitally important to doing the things that we ask folks to do every single day. Coming into work, wherever it is that you work in our enterprise, and having the right attitude is very, very important. Now, we want folks to come into the organization and not have a "I cannot do this" type of attitude. We want folks to come in with a very positive attitude, one where they take pride and they have passion in what they're doing. And with the right attitude, the impossible becomes possible.
In Japan, an ancient philosophy continues to drive business today.
七転び、八起き、人生はこれからだ。
In English, this roughly translates as, to fall 7 times, to rise 8 times, life starts from now. In other words, be dedicated and persistent in achieving your goals and don't let setbacks stop you. The Daruma doll is the Japanese representation of this philosophy. This ancient cultural doll is purchased with the eyes unpainted, and its weighted bottom and rounded shape force it to right itself after being knocked over. During the Japanese New Year, many Japanese companies buy a large Daruma and ceremoniously paint in one of the eyes. The first eye represents their goal for the coming year. The painted eye of Daruma is always open and focused on the goal. To the Japanese, the Daruma is a constant reminder of the resilience and determination needed to achieve success. When the goal is finally attained, the other eye is painted in. The Daruma doll is an excellent representation of the attitude that drove the ultimate success of the Price Pfister team, after one of their biggest customers took almost $100 million of business away in one fell swoop. Like the Daruma doll, the Price Pfister team quickly righted itself, developed a new plan for success, kept their eyes on the goal, and ultimately delivered. The situation. It's almost hard to imagine. All at once, the Price Pfister retail business was virtually cut in half. One of BDHHI's biggest customers made the decision to stop carrying Price Pfister product in all stores east of the Rockies. The easy choice would have been to throw up their hands in despair, but the Price Pfister team had other plans. Not only did the team's attitude make them determined to make up for the lost business, they committed to exceeding it. So just how does a company power through adversity and turn it into a winning situation? It's all about attitude. It was time for Price Pfister to re-strategize, and there were many questions to answer. How could they better support their remaining retail customers? How could they be more relevant to consumers through styles, features, and value? And what did they need to do to continue to profitably re-energize the business? The Price Pfister team developed a specific course of action. The solution came in the form of 3 new Price Pfister product families, Treviso, Catalina, and Marielle, offering the best product at the best value. To launch these new products, Price Pfister partnered with another major customer, giving them exclusive rights in most of the U.S. The results of the team's efforts were phenomenal. Consumers responded with their checkbooks, and Price Pfister sales with the other customer doubled, more than making up for the lost business. Consumers' attitudes toward the new lines were also demonstrated in Price Pfister's New Product Vitality Index, a measure of new product as a percent to total sales that jumped from about 35% 3 years previously to greater than 50%. The most dramatic evidence of the Price Pfister's team's success, however, came when the customer, who 3 years previously had dropped the brand east of the Rockies, invited Price Pfister back into every one of their stores. The Price Pfister team's winning attitude proved to customers and consumers alike why they are the best in the business.
High energy comes in all shapes and sizes. It's folks in all different functional areas, folks that go the extra mile, folks that put in the extra effort, folks that you look at and you just wonder, how do they get that done? High energy is about having a large battery. It's about having limitless runtime. It's about being able to do more in less time. Not all the time, but in periods of need, we want folks that have that large battery that are able to go and go and go.
Personal drive and boundless energy are nothing new to Bill Porter. Born with cerebral palsy, he was told for years that he was unemployable. But Bill was unwilling to let other people define his capabilities. Cerebral palsy makes walking very difficult and painful. But for more than 40 years, Bill Porter walked 8 to 10 miles a day selling home cleaning products as a door-to-door salesman for the Watkins Company. In 1997, Bill received the America's Award, honoring unsung heroes who personified the American character and spirit. Bill Porter is a living example of the high energy, exceptional enthusiasm, and drive that we at BDHHI strive to achieve. High energy players aren't necessarily the most high profile. High energy doesn't always mean the loudest or the most enthusiastic. Rather, this attribute is often exemplified in the quiet, steady achievements of those who consistently get the job done. The BDHHI Customs team is an example of the behind-the-scenes contributions that are an absolutely integral part of what makes the hardware and home improvement business work seamlessly. The team works with the United States, Canadian, Mexican, and Chinese governments to ensure that the steady supply of materials, parts, products, and equipment successfully navigate through international borders. In fact, absolutely nothing can leave or enter the country until the customs team clears it to move. A problem in the customs arena can result in a plant being unable to continue production and customer orders going unfilled. The BDHHI Customs team has 3 major areas of responsibility that provide the necessary linkages between sourcing, transportation, manufacturing, and other key parts of the BDHHI business. These responsibilities include customs compliance, duty management, and logistics support. The customs compliance is just like it sounds. The process of ensuring that everything BDHHI does on an international scope follows the appropriate standards and regulations. This includes administering foreign trade zones that allow BDHHI to avoid several hundreds of thousands of dollars annually in duty taxes, managing all corporate reporting and training on international transactions, and ensuring that our product meets the government standards for markings and packaging. The customs team must also possess an in-depth knowledge of every Kwikset, Weiser, Baldwin, and Price Pfister product, as they are responsible for classifying every product and component for the appropriate NAFTA customs duty rate. One example of the team's success in customs compliance is their achievement of certification with the Customs Trade Partnership Against Terrorism, a unique partnership between manufacturers and the government, where companies voluntarily agree to improve their supply chain security in return for faster processing time and less border-level security checks. The second component of the BDHHI Customs team's responsibility is duty management. This involves the effective oversight of all government programs that provide BDHHI significant savings each year, including the North American Free Trade Agreement NAFTA, PROSEC, U.S. Goods Returned, Duty Drawback, and Mexican Rule 8 exemption programs. PROSEC, for example, is Mexico's response to manufacturing moving overseas. It allows duty-free entry into Mexico for foreign companies who have facilities there. And the Mexican Rule 8 is a program designed specifically to reduce duties on products and components that cannot be purchased in NAFTA regions. One of the benefits of having a customs team that effectively manages these myriad programs is substantial dollars in annual duty savings. The final piece of the customs team's responsibilities is logistical support for international shipments. The team is responsible for interfacing with international freight forwarders, customs brokers, U.S. Customs and Border Protection officials, and Mexican and Canadian customs agencies. Annually, they coordinate over 1,700 inbound ocean container shipments, import hundreds of millions of dollars of BDHHI products from Mexico and overseas, and supervise the shipping of millions of dollars worth of capital equipment into Mexico. The customs team's high energy is exemplified in their willingness and ability to continually go the extra mile and to do whatever it takes to ensure that the job is done right. The result is a seamless process that contributes immeasurably to BDHHI's success.
Urgency is about not procrastinating. It's about not putting off till tomorrow what can be done today. It's realizing the world around us moves very, very quickly, and we cannot allow analysis to lead to paralysis. We will rarely have 100% of the information in front of us to make a well-informed decision. But regardless, we have to be quick, we have to be sure, and we have to be decisive in the decisions that we make.
Fighting fires is all about urgency and individual responsiveness. As the first responders to both man-made and natural disasters, firefighters constantly put their lives at risk. At the beginning of each shift, they have no way of knowing what the day will bring. But these everyday heroes respond to whatever crisis comes their way, doing all they can as quickly and efficiently as possible. They protect our homes, our businesses, and our communities. Their sense of urgency is our security. The challenge that the BDHHI team received in early 2004 had urgency written all over it. Walmart, the world's largest retailer, gave Black & Decker the opportunity to replace a competitor's line of door and lock accessories. The catch? The deadline required Black & Decker to develop the entirely new product line in just 90 days. The BDHHI team seized the opportunity to gain a new retail outlet and to expand their product portfolio despite the many challenges in launching a new family of profitable, finished good accessories from concept to production in 3 short months. The strict delivery deadline meant taking 3 to 6 months out of the typical development process. The new private label line, called SafeLock, included items that Black & Decker had never produced, such as chain locks, door viewers, and other accessories. Starting from scratch, teams from almost every area within BDHHI worked together to develop and launch the new line. Once the designs were finalized, the products had to be tested for quality and performance. Then it was up to the sourcing and supply chain group to coordinate overseas manufacturing and delivery to the customer. They chose strategic suppliers who had a history of reliability and urgency. And together, they succeeded. The new SafeLock brand of accessories is expected to generate a significant increase in top-line sales over 3 years. And SafeLock paves the way for future brand expansion and growth with other customers. In addition, the 8 new SafeLock products contributed to Kwikset's dramatically increased product vitality index, a measure of new product as a percent to total sales. The success of the SafeLock launch and the strategies and processes established to execute this program will be used going forward as a standard for exemplary urgency.